This is a reaction video. I'll be stating my opinions and commenting over this video, and it is protected by the fair use. Uh, I'll be using and commenting all my opinions over this video. What's going on, boxing heads? It's your boy, Pool Kind of Boxing. And what we have is Michel Rivera here, man. He's like really devastated over the Frank Martin loss. And make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to my channel for more hardcore boxing content. So he just, what I'm saying, he can't even understand how he lost yet. So let's get right into it.
Lost Michel. Frank Martin was the better man today. How you feeling?
I don't know what to tell you, man.
Hold on, let me get the sound going.
Tough loss, Michel. Frank Martin was the better man today. How you feeling?
I don't know what to tell you, man. I lost. I don't was expecting this. And by the experience, I don't want to get like this one like experience because when you get like this one like experience, you feel comfortable with this. I don't want to feel comfortable when you lost. Then I really work hard and I feel bad with myself. You know, yeah, I don't really say excuse. Then something wrong happened, but I still taking the fight. Then it's my fault. It's no fault of the other people. It's just mine. Yeah.
Of course, it's your fault, my brother. Yeah, nobody's looking at nobody else. You know your body. You know what's going on with you. What I'm saying? We shouldn't even be hearing this right now. You know what I'm saying? I know you lost, but a loss don't make a fighter. You know what I'm saying? It makes you better actually, because now you know what you need to work on. So, I don't know what he's alluding to here about what he knew he had something going on or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's kind of hard to understand because of his accent, but let's get into it and see what he's talking about.
Yellows.
It seemed like he had a lot of like footwork where he would grab you and spin you around and do a lot of like just angles with his feet. Did that trouble you a lot
No, but I was with a good camp with a great guys, like better skill than him, like Edwin de los Santos. They use more angles than him. I was doing too good, but I was in the best moment for do this camp. I was finishing the May one fight in Los Angeles, one month and a half, and my body's too big. I was doing weight. I was a hard time to making weight. Just my corner. I mean, what difficult was this for me, man. But
Look, if you can't make the weight or you can't operate at that, you can't really reach your full potential at that weight, bro. Then you know what I'm saying that's not Frank Martin problem, right? And you can't use that as an excuse now. If you need to go up to 140 because you're big, and you know what I'm saying, because you know that can't operate at 135, then that's on you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when you're in the ring, when you're sparring, different fighters at that weight that what you can do, and you need to find yourself a really good nutritionist so you can have the energy and everything to fight at that weight. Um, you know what I'm saying? You should know these things and prepare before you accept a fight with somebody who fights at 135 comfortably. You know what I'm saying? So there's a learning curve here. You know what I'm saying? With young fighters, it takes more than ambitious ambition, and it takes more than courage to get in that ring and expect to win. You got to prepare properly, and that encompasses a lot of things. That's like knowledge of nutrition, knowledge of your body, just being honest with your skill assessment. You know what I'm saying? So you might be able to go down there and beat lesser fighters because what I'm saying you don't have to what I'm saying push yourself what I'm saying to the maximum capacity. What I'm saying? But when you fighting the elite fighter, somebody who's special, they can operate in that weight class very comfortably. Then they're going to expose you. You know what I'm saying? So, but one loss just it's not a bad thing. Maybe you need to move up to 140, and you'll probably have more power and have more success there.
And I was trying to do the plan, but you have to be fast for do the plan. My body don't was answer, then for that
You see, he said, you got to be fast you have to be athletic. You know what I'm saying? You got to have the footwork, you got to have the speed. And Frank Martin has all that. He has triple all that speed, what I'm saying, power, what I'm saying? And he thought he was fast enough to deal with Frank Martin. It's easy when you see it, what I'm saying, from the outside the ring or you're looking at videotape, but it's different when you get in there, what I'm saying? Because only then can you really gauge what's going on. Can you handle the hand speed? Can you handle the feints? Can you handle, what I'm saying, um, all this man's skill set? It's easy to look at and say you can do something, but once behind the gloves and you get in there and you see this man has superior everything, it does something to your mind. Now you got to reach into your bag of tools to see what you can do to nullify this man. And this man is obviously misjudge what Frank Martin can do in the ring, right? So now he's all fucked up about it and he's all looking crazy, you know what I'm saying? Because, hey, he thought he was Ali and shit. He showed up looking like Ali. So, I'm pretty sure Frank Martin, like, what the hell? What the hell going on with that? So, they both shocked each other. Just Frank just shocked him in the ring where it counts.
I would feel good with myself. It's not like I can say, no, I lost. I do everything and I lost it. Like I was trying to do it, but I can't because my body was feeling too bad. Then it was horrible. I
Well, I mean, Frank was putting the falumaloom to you, bro. You know what I mean? When somebody putting the falumaloom to your ass, yeah, your body feel pretty bad. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, bro. I mean, your body was feeling bad because you was getting hit to the body. You know what I'm saying? He was intercepting your jab. He took your jab out the equation, which broke you mentally, and he went to your body, which is essentially your ass. You know what I'm saying? And he just started working on you, bro. And you kind of broke mentally. You know what I'm saying? The moment was a little bit too big because you're a little bit too green right now. But see, I could see you're a good fighter, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't get down on yourself just because you came across somebody with greater skill. That shit is like in Kung Fu. You know what I'm saying? You be following a motherfucker through the whole movie, and he's a bad motherfucker until he come across that nigga with the white beard and the damn white eyelashes and the long hair, and that motherfucker got a robe on and shit. That nigga may have a yellow robe on or red. That's the bad motherfucker there. And he make your hero look like he ain't shit. And that mother had to break him down, and he's got to go back to the drawing board. And he has to train. He had to learn some new techniques. You know what I'm saying? And then that motherfucker come out like the five deadly venoms. You know what I'm saying? And that nigga got a whole new skill set and you know what I'm saying experience because he learned from the master. And Frank Martin, his master is Derek James. You know what I'm saying? That's his master. He's that motherfucker with the white eyelashes that carry that goddamn stick. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker's like Pal May. You know what I'm saying? Pal May, you know what I'm saying? That motherfucker that brushed that damn beard aside. So you gonna come in with the right hand. So you're gonna come in this bit with the right hand. Well, we gonna slip the right hand and we're gonna go around. We're gonna go around to the right. But it just is what it is, He just knew, thought he could go in there and depend on a couple of things, and Frank took it away from him early.
don't want to take this one by experience. Then it is.
Uh,
I don't know really what to say. It's, I don't feel.
do you plan on moving up to 140 after this fight, since you had trouble making 135?
I was just really that was a dream to get our title in 135. Because everybody was talking about everybody's talking about this division. Then I wanna I was thinking to be the number one in this division, but I really feel like I'm the biggest guy right there. But my body's bigger than the others 135. Then it's hard and to discipline. I do everything perfect, but
So you thought you was gonna do like Teofimo Lopez and Terrence Crawford, be a big guy and shrink down to a smaller division, and and that worked for some of them guys. You know what I'm saying? But they're in a constant struggle though, because they're sapping their strength, their real strength. You know what I'm saying? To squeeze down into a lower weight, and that takes away from your power. That takes away from your stamina. That takes away from a lot because you're draining yourself, so you're stripping your natural body strength. So you're probably too big for 135, Mikel Rivera. Um, you can't. A lot of fighters, try to do that so they can go down and get accolades, but their bodies can handle it. Like Terrence Crawford, right? He was able to shrink down, what I'm saying, to the lower divisions, you know what I'm saying, and beat up on little dudes, what I'm saying, like Gamboa and people like that. So you was trying to attempt to do that, but now the division has special fighters in it. You know what I'm saying? When Terrence Crawford was down there, it wasn't shit down there. See, you just came during a bad time when you got Frank Martin, you got Tank, you got Devin Haney, you know what I'm saying? You got a lot of good, you got Abdullah Mason, you got a lot of rich talent down there now. You just came at a bad time. Um, you know, when you got nobody down there, yeah, you could knock out a whole bunch of people. You know what I'm saying? 14 knockouts you got, and but until you start getting to the top of the division, guys who really invest in themselves with the nutrition and make the weight naturally. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying you're a weight bully or nothing, but your body, what I'm saying, if you're going to shrink down to that level, you got to be able to handle it, and you got to be able to operate at the maximum capacity that you can. And you apparently, what I'm saying, you probably didn't make the weight, what I'm saying, as well as you could have. And what I'm saying, it showed in the fight because Frank was just all over your ass. He was just killing you like killer bees. You know what I'm saying? He was using that goddamn 47 palm technique. Shout out to Upper Echelon. You know what I'm saying? He was using all that shit. The Derek James, you know what I'm saying, style technique, Shaolin technique on your ass, you know what I'm saying? Every time every time you threw that right, you know what I'm saying, you was getting counter. You know what I'm saying? It was almost like a Mayweather S performance. You know what I'm saying? He got on the inside anytime he got ready on you, and you couldn't do nothing about it, bro, because you only had a few tools that you was trying to use to catch Frank on the way inside. You couldn't do nothing about his foot movement. His footwork was just too fast. The way he intercepted your left jab, and you just had no answers, bro. There was just no answers, you know.
I don't really know, man.
So
I,
one was 140.
I don't know. I don't know
You don't
what
know.
to do. I have to see what I will do good with my time. You know, keep training, and I will see what I do wrong, what I do good. That's it. That's the only. That was my opportunity for getting the top five, maybe. You know.
Bro, that was a tough fight. You know what I'm saying? You can't look past your opponent. So you probably was looking past Frank Martin, thinking that you were the superior athlete and thinking that you could bang him up out of there, catch him with a right hand. See, but when you go up to, see, you were looking good against, lesser competition. That's what we always tell Terrence Crawford fans. When you fight in lesser competition, you look like a special fighter. You look like the man. But then when you step it up, you know what I'm saying? Like he didn't fight none of the PBC fighters, right? You know what I'm saying? When you step up the competition, he didn't fight Keith Thurman, he didn't fight Danny Garcia, he didn't fight Udanis Ugas for a reason. And then when you see a person go for 5 years without fighting the top competition, then you know their set is lacking. That means they're avoiding because they're not challenging themselves. And Mikael Rivera challenged himself and realized that he was lacking. And this would have happened to Terrence Crawford back in the day if he would have fought top competition. I'm talking about special fighters. You know what I'm saying? You would have saw that he was just a average dude. You know what I'm saying? With really great skills, but no chin. You know what I'm saying? And no willpower tested. Nobody was able to push Terrence Crawford, and that's why he stays away from them guys today. He's the Black Canelo. And this guy here, he went out there, he dared to be great, and he went against a young fighter, a young athletic fighter with a higher boxing IQ, and he learned from that. He learned that what I'm saying, you can't play boxing. You got to like really, really invest in yourself, as far as a nutritionist, you got to be prepared. You got to see what your opponent's doing and be able to make adjustments off that. And Frank Martin was just adjusting off everything he was doing, countering his ass. Every time he came in with that right, Frank would do a pull counter on his ass. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, over and over, and turn his ass, and then hit him off the turn. You know what I'm saying? It was a brilliant performance. You know, and he says right here he's disillusioned, but he need to take it as an educational experience. It's good that he ran into a Frank Martin now, so later, what I'm saying, he knows, he can pull out some other tools that he's developed and be able to, what I'm saying, have an answer to the adjustments of his opponent who might be elite, who might be able to adjust and be more versatile in the ring. So he just need to up his versatility and get more tool sets and just get better at his craft. Sometimes a loss makes you a better fighter. So he shouldn't be down on himself. Rivera, I see he's a good fighter. What I'm saying? Even Keyshawn Davis, what I'm saying, picked him to beat Frank Martin, but that could just be a little hate thing that Keyshawn, got against PBC fighters.
No, for Latinos, it's more harder than Americans to get right there. I have 24 and old. These guys have 12 and old, and it's more easy to get title shot than Latino have 30 and old. You know,
So now he's playing a little sob story where you know, he's saying that Latino fighters got it worse. But I mean, we've seen Oscar De La Hoya, we've seen well, he's Mexican American, but we've seen Canelo. You know what I'm saying? They get a lot of experience. You know what I'm saying? Fighting. You know what I'm saying? In the Latino countries, and you can see a lot of different skill sets there. But it just depends on what experience. We saw Devin Haney go down to Mexico and fight. Different fighters. You know what I'm saying, to get his confidence up, to build his skill set. You know what I'm saying? Bro, it's not about an American versus Latino. What it is that, you got to fight better fights. You got to get a true assessment of where you at. And you just got to keep pushing and getting better and better. Udanis Ugas, you know what I'm saying? He lost a lot of fights, early in his career, but he kept pushing and learning, you know what I'm saying, getting better and better. And he became one of the top welterweights at 147. And you got to do the same thing. So you can't just think that you're going to be some kind of homemade bread. You know what I'm saying? You the best bread out there. No, no, it's going to be better breads as you get out into the world. That tastes better than you. That's just better, bro. You know what I'm saying? But you got to go back and put something else in your recipe. You know what I'm saying? To make your brand better. That's all. You know what I'm saying? So you could work hard as you want to, but if you're not doing the right things, it's not gonna help you get better. You know what I'm saying? And being down about a loss ain't shit, bro. A loss. This is an educational opportunity for you to dig deep. You know what I'm saying, and look inside yourself and say, shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay. I'm fucked up. I couldn't deal with his movement to the right, and he intercepted my jab. So I got to learn how to move, and I got to learn how to move and get my foot positioning right, so I can what I'm saying, get around that situation. You know what I'm saying, and what I'm gonna do, what I'm saying, do I have to switch, what I'm saying, to lefty, what I'm saying, to get out of that, whatever you have to do, what I'm saying, to improve your skill set. Maybe I have to double jab, triple jab like he was doing in the fight, but you got to do more with it, what I'm saying, because you haven't worked on that. You haven't worked on your craft enough to know to have the muscle memory and, what I'm saying, have just the what I'm saying, the versatility to deal with a fighter that's faster than you, a fighter that's just smarter than you, you know what I'm saying? So you can use your skill set to offset his, you know what I'm saying? So, it's a learning opportunity, bro. Don't be down on yourself. I think Mikel Rivera is a really good fighter. He just got to keep pushing.
I don't really know how I feel. Never, this is not nothing good. You
Yeah.
know, I can't explain you perfect like what they want to do because I don't know.
Okay.
I was expecting that I will lose today. Then I never see me like I can lose. I just work for winning. I do everything for winning. I work for winning, and I thought I I prefer die first than lose. And I don't like. Uh, Even in the PlayStation, I can't lose.
So you super competitive, bro. there's nothing wrong with that. That's what makes you the boxer you are today. But you got to understand that there's other fighters out there that's just as driven, just as passionate. You know what I'm saying? So there's other fighters that putting in that work too. You know what I'm saying? Just because what I'm saying you working your ass off, don't mean that there's not other fighters out there that's working their ass off. But they have a better teacher. Frank Martin, he's in Earl Spence Jr. Camp. So he has extra motivation, and he has access to better resources. You know what I'm saying? He has a better pool of knowledge. Then he's got the trainer of the year, Derek James. You know what I'm saying? He's the kung fu master. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's the sage. You know what I'm saying? That's teaching these guys and breaking these, showing them what to do in the ring. And he's sharpening their tools for them, giving them that boxing mindset, IQ. You know what I'm saying? To go in there to win. You know what I'm saying? To break you down, to take your game plan away from you. So coach has got a lot to do with it too. You know what I'm saying? And he's fighting under Aerosmith Jr., who's giving him tutelage and little things to work on, so he can stay sharp. And Frank Martin was sharp as shit that night. So you have no reason to hang your head. You was dealing with a top athlete, any who could beat Tank or any other top at 135, and you got to make sure that you're at your best, and you got to make sure that you on point. You know what I'm saying? But you should. This fight shows that Michael Rivera just have a lot of things to work on. That's all, and he's got to go back to the drawing board, and he has to give himself a true evaluation. And if he do that, he'll come out a better fighter.
You know what I say?
Yeah. Is this loss going to be a little bit extra motivating now that when you're training, so
Not
do you never
really.
have this feeling again?
Not really, because mm, laws don't have to make me be more stronger, because I'm already stronger. I see other laws of other guys, and I take this experience. I say, I don't want to feel this. I never will lose. I lost, but I could be more dedicated than I am. I can't. It's impossible. I train 3 times in the day. I can't. I can't train 5 times because my body will feel bad if I do 5 times. You know,
Yeah.
when I have a fight, I move in the gym. Just fix it. What I do bad with my time more, respect more my body, because you can be very dedicated, or very motivated and always work, but the break is so important for the body. And I don't take break. I finished the fight and I get 2 days off, and I started being the gym again, hitting the bag, and I move in the gym. I live in the gym.
How long of a break are you going to take from the gym now?
Now, Rivera, he possibly overworked himself trying to get down to the weight. And you know what I'm saying, when you can work as hard as you want to, bro, but that don't mean that, what I'm saying, you're gonna have an advantage over your opponent. You gotta work smarter, not harder. You know what I'm saying? And I think this is a case where he worked harder and not smarter, because you can break your body down. And, you know what I'm saying, and you can strip away, what I'm saying, your body attributes, your strength and everything, and what I'm saying, your stamina, what I'm saying, if you train too hard. And you got to take your breaks. So you got to hire a nutritionist. You got to make the weight right. You got to do those things first, or you're defeating yourself. You know what I'm saying? So right now he's just in a defeatist mindset right now, because he can't believe he lost to Frank Martin, who has been doing this. This is what experience is all about, people. You know what I'm saying? You got to prepare. You can lose the fight, what I'm saying, in the preparation for the fight. And what I'm saying, right now he's evaluating all that, and he's looking at that, damn, what I'm saying, their team is just better. You know what I'm saying? You got to surround yourself with a team that know these things, have the experience to know when you should rest, know when you should train, and it's all about coaching. You don't ever want to, what I'm saying, overdo it. And then he has the pressure of being on the big stage. You know what I'm saying? Floyd Mayweather used to say that all the time, that you being on the big stage is a lot of pressure. And then somebody get in there that's just sharp as Frank Martin can make you look bad, because you worried about what everybody else thinking of you outside the ring. Your mind is outside the ring. The Japanese used to say, too many mind. Don't it's too many mind. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you engage in, what I'm saying, in a fight of your life, what I'm saying, you worried about dying and you're not worried about winning. You can't worry about losing when you're in the ring. You got to worry about what you're gonna do. You want your opponent to worry about what you gonna do to him. You know what I'm saying? And you worrying about what your friends are thinking. You worrying about what your mama them thinking, your sons are thinking, and you getting your ass whooped in the process. So that's what Mayweather said. Once you get under those big lights, it's different, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to stay focused. And Floyd Mayweather was the best to stay focused. And if when you get into these big fights, that could work against you, and that's where experience come in. And Frank Martin wasn't worried about niggas outside the ring. He was worried about beating this dude and staying focused in the ring. And you saw it in his eyes. You saw how sharp he was, how he was intercepting the jab, how he was slipping the right and going to Michel Rivera's body, man. I mean, he was just fucking on it, bro. It was just everything, bro. And now he sees how a champion, what I'm saying, a champion carry himself, what I'm saying, a champion bearing in the ring. He sees that and he learned that. And it's a good experience for Mikel Rivera. You know what I'm saying? He didn't understand that all that shit comes into play, all that fucking bravado, what I'm saying, that I'm Ali shit, what I'm saying? That shit don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? Mike Tyson used to come with no socks on to the ring. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what I'm saying? You just got to have that mindset where you believe in yourself, the confidence, you know what I'm saying, and block everything out and to go in and to win this fight, you know what I'm saying? And you had all that crashing down on you in one fight, you know what I'm saying? Big fight, stage fright. And you know what I'm saying, that's part of the experience, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's big, you know what I'm saying? And it just came crashing in on you.
Now,
I don't know, man. That's the the most difficult part. But I don't know what I would do.
okay.
Because I don't know. I don't. I can tell you like I can tell you. Oh no, I did this. I do this bad. Then I know that I can drink this bottle because it's bad. No man, I was doing everything right. I told my team after this. Now in the fight will feel good. The fight I don't feel good. Yes, I don't take my time for get this kind of fight. It's like I was finishing to make 10 rounds, my other fight, not this one, and I take all the fight there in 12 rounds. Not necessary. I was taking because it's main event, and I
Hmm.
was thinking, if I win this fight, uh, everybody will talk about me. You know, more people will talk about me, and I take it. But that was the right moment.
Hmm.
Sometimes the problem is you have to think when you take the fight, when you can put time in this style. This guy is different than the others. Maybe more easy, but it's southpaw, it's not orthodox, or maybe it's faster, it's not slow like the others. Then you have to see in everything in yourself, not just talking with other person because the end of the day, they is not in the ring. It's you that you're in the ring. Then you have to know if this kind of fight is in the right moment, you know.
Well, like I said, you know what I'm saying, you got to know where you at. You can beat a lot of people who are um, less of a fighter than you. I ain't gonna say less of a fighter. I'm say just a less skill set. And when you outside the ring, you know what I'm saying, you're not making these preparations when you step up. When you stepping up, that means you're stepping up to a better skill set, a better boxing IQ, and a better athlete. And you underestimated Frank the Ghost Martin. You know what I'm saying? You saw him and you saw maybe him in that Marinez fight and you thought, oh man, I could bust this dude, you know what I'm saying, coming on the inside, but you didn't know Frank Martin, you know what I'm saying, only had a few days to prepare for Marinez. And so you didn't take that into account that he was actually better than that. And you just went from, what I'm saying, seeing that fight, thinking he was lesser of a fighter, and you got to like really watch everything, you know what I'm saying? You got to like make sure you sharpen your tools and look at what he's doing in the ring, what he does well, you know what I'm saying? And be able to be ready for that. You know what I'm saying? Because you wasn't ready for this man to be sharp as he was. You know what I'm saying? You didn't expect him to have the boxing IQ to intercept your jab and go right on your ass and turn you like that. You wasn't ready for that. Why wasn't you ready for that? Because you thought you was just a better fighter than him. Your arrogance, you know what I'm saying, led you astray, you know what I'm saying, because you just thought you was Ali. You know what I'm saying? That Ali shit got you fucked up. You know what I'm saying? You need to strip down the Ali shit and go back to being Michel Rivera and find out who that is. You know what I'm saying? Don't go in there on an image of Ali with a flat top. It takes more than a flat top and white shorts and Ali on the front for you to be Muhammad Ali. No, you got to have Michael Dundee in your corner like Frank Martin got. He's got like Derek James, and maybe you need a new coach. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go dig deep and find out what it is you need to help you progress to the right next level. And you got to have the tenacity and you got to have the willpower to dig deep and come up from this loss, use it as an educational um, um, tool, you know what I'm saying, to help you grow as a fighter. You know what I'm saying? You should be happy about this loss because you still got, years and years you can get better, right? Not everybody's going to be undefeated like Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? Those days, shit, Roy Jones lost, Mike Tyson lost, shit, Ali lost, shit, Larry, well, not Larry Holmes. Well, he did lose later, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? All the great ones, if you continue to fight the best competition, you're going to lose. That's why Terrence Crawford comes into question. He never fought top competition at 147. So, you're going to learn that a loss will help you make you better. Not training 4 or 5 times a day, but maybe training 2 times a day and resting. You know what I'm saying? And watching tape and watching your opponent. You know what I'm saying? And increasing your skill set. You know what I'm saying? That's going to help you. You know what I'm saying? Listening to your coaches, or maybe trying different coaches to help you with different skill sets. You know what I'm saying? And different counters and how to evade, I'm saying, different things in the ring that you may have to encounter, and that you may have to overcome, and you just couldn't overcome um, Frank Martin's footwork. You couldn't overcome his speed. You couldn't overcome his boxing IQ, and so it's a learning experience, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it has nothing to do with what I'm saying, you training hard, and this has nothing to do with saying whatever you think it is. You just underestimated Frank Martin, and you can't underestimate your opponent ever. So all your hard work goes to waste. Including your weight. If you knew you had a hard time making a weight, bro, you know what I'm saying, you should have took a lower opponent until you could fight comfortably at 135. So you might need to move up to 140 and get your fight on up there. You know what I'm saying? But it's a learning experience, and Frank Martin is a great fighter, bro. You know what I'm saying? So now you know.
And I believe that maybe that is one of the problem that I was listening more than the other people than myself, maybe, you know.
Right.
And sometimes if your body tell you no, maybe don't do it.
What did you learn from this experience?
Ugh, I don't know. Yes, I lost, man.
But what you learn from the experience is not to underestimate your opponent, bro. You got humbled. You got humbled that when you stepping up, that you got to make sure that you stepping up your skill. You got to make sure that you're prepared. You got to make sure, what I'm saying, you can make the weight, you can fight at the weight. You got to make sure that you have no excuses, what I'm saying, when you stepping up, because you never know how it's going to turn out. You never know if you're going to meet a more superior athlete, a more smarter athlete. I mean, this is just a fighter that thought he was more than he is. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that he's a bad fighter. I'm just saying that he just met Martin at the wrong time. Maybe in a couple of years from now, Mikel Rivera is going to be a terror in the ring if he can bounce back, if he can get out of this mindset that we see him in right now. He's gonna be hell to deal with one, because now he knows that he has to prepare himself better. Now he knows he has to work smarter and not harder. Now he knows the name Frank the Ghost Martin, what I'm saying, is a great fighter. You know what I'm saying? Because I consider Mikel Rivera a really, really good fighter. You know what I'm saying? He just, you know what I'm saying, need to work on, you know what I'm saying, his jab. He needs to work on moving in the ring. He needs to work on more than just a right hand. He needs to be able to work on adjustments in the ring. Um, and he's young. So, he's gonna keep learning. You know what I'm saying? All fighters lose, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? But that's all I got. This has been Full Counter Boxing. Make sure you smash that like button for your boy and subscribe to my channel for more hardcore boxing content. And remember what I say, y'all. Law don't go around here, law dog. It's Avi. Peace out.